Hi, I'm Georgie from Jamie's Food Team and I'm going to show you how to prepare Swedish-style fish cakes. First you want to get 2 slices of quite stale bread. You need them to be quite stale so they can bind everything together and absorb the moisture. And you put them in your food processor and blitz them until they're quite fine. Perfect. Grab yourself some tin foil, big strips of it, put it on your work surface and tip out your breadcrumbs. Leave them to one side while you make your fish cakes. So just evenly pour them out. And now we're going to actually make the fish cake filling. So here I've got some tuna, salmon and haddock. I'm going to just put them in the food processor and blitz them up. Like this. You want to season them well, so a good pinch of salt, pepper. I've got some parsley leaves here as well, which I'm going to put in. And then grate in the zest of an unwaxed lemon. Make sure your lemons aren't waxed, you don't want to get that in your food. Also, don't grate the lemons too much. As soon as you start seeing the white pith, stop there, because that's what makes your food go a bit bitter. Blitz up, not too far. You don't want it too chunky or too fine. And tip your fish mixture back onto your plate or your platter. Take your blade out first, be really careful, you don't want to cut yourself. And then just tip it out like that. If there's any fish left on there, just really carefully scrape it off. And then, using a tablespoon, get a couple of tablespoons of your breadcrumbs. Big heap tablespoons. I'm going to put a little bit extra. And scrunch it all together. We're going to make 4 fish cakes here, and you could use a pastry cutter to sort of give you a guide, around 10 centimetres, like this one here. Or you can just divide it, whatever's easiest. So I'm going to half the mixture and then half it again. And I'm going to roll the fish in the breadcrumbs to make sure your mixture's all well mixed, your breadcrumbs are evenly scrunched through the fish. And then the easiest way I find is just half the mixture and then half it again. So you get 4 even portions. And then what you want to do is just roll the fish as if you're making a burger basically. And also make sure that it's sort of even thickness all the way around. If you've got an uneven fish cake or burger, it's going to cook differently on different sides. So you'll have sort of a raw middle and all the outsides will be overcooked. So make sure they're pretty as even as you can, like that. Use it with your hand to flatten it and cup it almost. And then put it in your breadcrumbs, spread them out. Like that, and give them a good coating. And just pop them to one side. And do the same again for your other. You can use different fish. We've given you a sort of a ratio, but if you don't like salmon or you really like, haddock or tuna, you can up the amounts and change them to whatever you've got or whatever your preference is. So there's another one. And also, if you push for time, pop them in your freezer. Just make sure you defrost them and then have them another time if you haven't got massive time during the week and you want to make a quick supper. Here we go. Final one. When you do fry them, put them in a pan, a little bit of oil, medium heat, and they're going to need about, depending on how thick you've made them, between 7 and 8 minutes on each side. And press. And there you have it. How to prepare Swedish-style fish cakes.